Hi everyone, and welcome back to the basement. I'm just waiting for the other guys to show up for a recording of Only in the UK, but I thought I'd quickly jump on and talk to you about something that's been annoying me, interrupting my doom scrolling through Facebook and Twitter over the past few days. Now, in the UK, there's a thing called the Motability program, and for those of you who don't know what this is, it's a system whereby people with disabilities can lease for usually 3 years up to 5 years a brand new car, and your insurance is paid for. You can put up to 3 drivers on the car. All the services and everything are covered. All you have to do is put fuel in it or charge it if it's an electric car, and off you go. Now, in the papers, it started in the papers, quickly moved on to the various social media platforms and became a huge thing. It has been reported that pretty much anybody can get one of these cars. You've got tennis elbow, you can get yourself a brand new car, government funded, just feeling a bit tired from time to time. No worries, the government will buy you a car. And for obvious reasons, people were a little bit annoyed about this, especially as the government have just announced that it's going to be much harder to get personal independence payments for people who do have genuine disabilities. The thing is, and I know this might shock some of you watching, the reports aren't quite accurate. Not anybody can go and get themselves a brand new car paid for by the government. It's actually quite difficult. Also, if you do choose to take advantage of the system, then the money for the lease is taken from your pre-existing benefits. There are only a few benefits you can use, and if you bear with me, I have them here. If you want to get a Motability vehicle, you have to be receiving the higher rate of the mobility component for either PIP, or personal independence payments, or the system that's slowly being phased out, DLA, which stands for Disability Living Allowance, or the Armed Forces Independence Payment, or the enhanced rate of the mobility component for adult disability payments, or the same thing but for children. So if you're receiving any of those benefits, you can essentially trade in most or all of the money you receive for mobility, which is the travel, getting around, paying somebody to help you get around. You can trade that in for the lease agreement on a vehicle. And as I said before, you can put up to 3 people on that scheme. So if you're a person living alone but you employ carers, you can put those people onto that car's insurance and they are fully insured to drive you around, assuming, now they can't just use the car for their own benefit. This is assuming they are doing either transporting you somewhere personally or running an errand for you, or going to collect your medication or whatever. So that's quite a chunk of money to live without, especially if you are reliant on those benefits. But many people, we have a Motability car, we have a Nissan Leaf on the Motability scheme that my wife is the driver for. Many people do choose to use that, but there are a few things, as I said. This is not an additional scheme provided for and paid by the taxpayer. Those people who are saying that the Motability scheme should be shut down immediately in order to save billions of pounds a year for the taxpayer, that wouldn't make any difference. If the mobility scheme disappeared tomorrow, the taxpayer wouldn't be any better off, because it's the disabled person choosing to reallocate some of the benefits they already receive in order to have access to that car. The other thing I'd just like to quickly clear up is that it is notoriously difficult to obtain these benefits. The government have recently announced that they will be making the tests more stringent. It will be more difficult for people to get and secure personal independence payments. I just wanted to take a few minutes to break that down a little bit, explain to anybody who has seen on Twitter or Facebook that the government are handing out cars to anybody who's fallen over and skinned their knee. It's just something that really annoyed me, especially as the same papers and websites reporting on this are making a big fuss about how benefits are being stripped away from those who need them, and have then seamlessly made things up about the Motability scheme and how dreadful it is. But just to quickly summarize the rant I've been on. Yes, the Motability scheme is a thing, and you can use it to get a lease vehicle for up to 5 years, but usually 3 years. No, it's not an additional drain on the taxpayer, because anybody who chooses to take advantage of the scheme is paying for it out of their already issued benefits. I hope that clears some things up for a few people. And if you hear anybody moaning about the scheme, please do feel free to point them towards this video. That's it for now. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell so you get future notifications. And I am off to record only in the UK.